live. We're live. So as you guys are chiming in today, I'm going to talk about my review on keto products. And the reason why you have all this junk in the background, because of course I had one really annoying commenter who was like, "You really, Stephanie, you've been doing this for like years, and I like go purchase a ring light." As you can see, I have a very expensive ring light, and go get a background. Okay. I have everything. I've got very expensive camera equipment. What's up, everyone? As you guys are chiming in, I've got literally everything. I've got expensive camera equipment, I've got ring lights, I've got a ton of backgrounds, and nothing fits in my apartment. Okay? That's why I don't use this junk. That's why you see my stupid apartment in every video. My shoebox. But I digress. What's up, everyone? What's up? Let's go over these stupid keto products. So, the person who is bitching about me needing to purchase a ring light, okay, in backgrounds, I have it. And I literally have no space to put anything anywhere in my shoebox. I have a very humble channel. I'm not promoting a bunch of stuff. I don't sell supplements. I'm not trying to, what's up, everyone, to sell you a bunch of stuff, y'all. Yes, my production value can go up, but I run a full business by myself. Okay? So for now, let's put away this ring light that was very expensive, that's heavy, and there's no place for it in my apartment. Literally. I don't even have a closet for this thing. Okay? I put this away when I talk about keto products. This is not a keto product, by the way. Alright. And these backgrounds, they're great, right? But I don't have space for them. Alright. You guys, let's go into this. So I'm not going to talk about, I'm going to go into the products first. So here I just simply Googled a bunch of products, right? Okay. I don't know if you guys can see with the glare. Now this is just ridiculous. So like up the stream. Don't forget to like up the stream. So I'm going to go talk about some of these products, and I'll talk about the products that actually work. Don't listen to the negativity. Now, I mean, come on. It is a little funny. Look, I even put the effort into putting it up for the one person in my background. And trust me, this thing is so annoying. Before I leave the chat, I'm going to show you what a pain in the butt it is to take down this thing. Okay, so here we have, you guys, the products, right? We've got, people are mean. People are whatever. Okay, so, we've got keto collagen, we've got chocolate collagen, we've got keto bars, we've got keto nut butter, keto OS, the beta hydroxybutyrate salts, we've got keto balm. I mean, look at this, people. We got all types of stuff. We've got salad dressings and coffee, and look at this. It's just insanity, right? Slim Fast Keto. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, geez. We've got Slim Fast. It's just embarrassing. Oh, we've got my favorite there. My favorite friend who's got his keto products. Lord have mercy, child. All right. So here we have all types of keto products, keto proteins, keto bars, keto collagen, milk, cookies, salad dressing. But the real products are not these things, you guys. Those products, okay, so I'm going to be interviewed by a channel who interviews a lot of people, not all of them I love, but a lot of not all the people I love, but a lot of people who I respect. So this is called HVMN, and they sell ketone esters. And I will say, if you want to get the ketone esters, go to them. But as you guys know, I do not promote any esters, no BHB salts. My whole thing is about changing your life. That's what I'm about. So I'm going to be interviewed by this channel, and I accepted it because I respect their company as far as the professionalism of the people, the staff, because they did a pre-interview with me, and also with how they conduct themselves. So I really appreciate that side of them. But with that said, other than that, I don't like keto products. Anytime you guys see a product that says keto collagen and keto shake and keto bar and keto nut butter, it's all garbage. And there are no products that are going to get you into keto faster than your own hard work. And that's just the way it is. And a lot of people are looking for shortcuts to obtain the optimal health. But unfortunately, with a lot of these esters, a lot of these companies that have esters, it gives people heartburn, stomach aches, it raises their blood sugar, and it doesn't actually get you into ketosis. Now, if there's a benefit to mental and brain cognition, that would be great, because my mom has a brain injury from having a glioblastoma. So in that context, if it works, right, if BHB salts work for the brain, great. But to get into keto faster, no. Now, with that said, the things that I like to promote that are ketogenic tools as such, thank you so much, Mark Weiss, thank you for the fiber, are things like, and I am affiliated with not a single company. So you guys know I've been on the internet almost longer than all these people, except for Nora and Jimmy Moore and Stephen and Jeff Fullick. I've been on the internet more than most of these people talking about keto, and I still have no affiliate programs going on. Keto's going to come and it's going to go, and Steph's still going to be here. Because these people are going to lose money, and because I never banked on all these dumb products, then I won't lose anything, because my integrity will still be intact when keto is going to come and keto is going to go. Wait for it. It'll happen. So, yes, Jenny. Jenny's like, you should join the keto course. Yeah, she's right. So the products that I like to help you to adapt, right, which I have no affiliate programs with, is, my favorite glucometer really is the Precision Extra, right? So this can help you adapt, and the other junk won't. This will help you adapt. The other stuff won't. Things like this will help you adapt. Definitely. This company is called Somnifix, but I'm going to do a video where if you don't want to use Somnifix, because you have to pay for this stuff. It's better to get masking. Now this is mouth taping, so this is in the shape of lips, and it's got a hole in the middle, and this forces your mouth shut so you can get your central nervous system to calm down, because a lot of you guys are like Darth Vader mouth breathers. You don't sleep well. What's up, everyone? You don't sleep very well, and you don't realize that your mouth is open. And if you're constantly stimulated, if your central nervous system can't get into a state of homeostasis, a parasympathetic state of homeostasis in the evening, then that's why you guys have a rebound of blood sugar and keep waking up. So I think that this tool is the best, one of the best things to tape your mouth at night with a hole in the middle. Is one of the best tools you can use to adapt. So you're going to use ketones from the body. You're going to access the body fat ketones while sleeping. And people don't realize that it's not the time, it is the time you go to bed. People say oh, I go to bed late and I get 8 hours of sleep and I I get 6 hours, and I'm like, you don't understand. Your sleep must go in 90-minute cycles. So you want to maximize those cycles so you can get down and deep sleep and REM sleep, because that's when the ketone production starts happening. And all the other metabolic processes happen in when you're in deep sleep. Now, when you go to bed, it is also very important that another thing is to connect to the circadian rhythm, because a lot of you guys are just simply like, the quality of your sleep and is so poor because you're going to bed later. If you get up later because you're not, or you're tired, or you're eating later because you're not hungry, as the day goes on and on and on, you guys don't understand that now the hormonal balance is completely off. You're essentially training your cortisol to flip upside down and be highest at night rather than highest in the morning. So everything gets pushed later. But the problem is, I'll get to you guys' questions. It's just like y'all have heart attacks on the replay if I don't finish my point and then answer questions. So I will answer questions in a second. So you guys, the reason why I'm talking about sleep and circadian rhythm is because no product, if you're going to sleep poorly and have dysregulated blood sugar, no product is going to get you into ketosis faster. Like no dietary product. It's absolutely absurd. So, yeah, I'm eating colostrum, but I'm feeling slightly sick. Child, is this everything you need to do with keto products? No. So, patience is a virtue. That's another thing y'all need to acquire on a ketogenic protocol. So, the reality is that these small things, the keto products that I like to suggest are, you could do the Mojo, which is not as accurate, but if you guys don't have money, use the Mojo, buy the Mojo. Otherwise, get Abbott glucometers. They're the best. Knowing what your blood sugar is really important, because if your blood sugar is really high, your ketone production or your ketone viability is really crappy if your blood sugar is too high. Because why is the body going to use ketones when there's blood sugar present, high blood sugar present in the blood, which, as you know, can be easily acquired through breaking down muscle, skin. People have them turkey gobblers that flap around, and you all have that loose skin on different parts of your body. It has a lot to do with being very catabolic from not eating on a timely manner, skipping meals, having a broken metabolism. Your body starts to eat itself, so the brain doesn't go into an emergency, like Jillian Michaels says, emergency. So, hi, Katie. These two are where are my blue blockers? So blue blockers, mouth taping, and a glucometer are bar none the absolute best keto tools that you can use to adapt. Because the blue blockers are going to block out the blue light coming from cell phones, computers, tablets, television screens, the lamps in your kitchen, the lamps in your bathroom. That's going to block out that blue light, not 100%, but a lot of that light that is telling your brain it's still daytime when it's nighttime. And that's why a lot of you guys have dysregulated blood sugar at night. And that's when you guys need to make ketones. That's why some of your ketones are crap, because you guys don't get enough deep sleep because you're exposed to a bunch of light. And you would think, thank you so much. What is it? Marielsa, thank you so much for the 20. Thank you so much. And you guys, if you donate, don't forget to have a comment. I would love to read any questions or concerns that you might have. So thank you so much for donating to the Super Chat. I really appreciate it. Because again, when people donate through the Super Chat, it means that they're putting their hard-earned money into showing some respect that I do this. Because a lot of people, you guys, who comment on the videos, like, I'm doing this for free. Like, so it's like, oh, you need to get a ring light, a ring light and a better background. It's just annoying. It's like, but you're getting a lot of great information. So let's talk about U.S. Wellness Meats. Yeah. So let's talk about, so there's the blue light blocking glasses, the mouth taping, the glucometer, and the rest of the stuff is not, well, and also magnesium. So if you guys have a difficulty digesting magnesium, you can always do a transdermal magnesium. So those would be my suggestions, the keto products to buy, right? So everything else you can just get as real food. So let's go into the real food. Now, U.S. Wellness Meats is great for those who live in the U.S. I really need to talk to them. I spoke to them a few times. They wanted me to write for their website. You guys, I don't even have time to do stuff that helps my business. They want me to write articles for their website. And that was like 2 years ago they asked me, and I still don't have time because I'm still writing my book and I'm still fixing my meal plans. I'm still answering a ton of freaking everything. So I'm running my keto course. That's a lot right there. But U.S. Wellness Meats is a great company for those who are trying to get kidney. Now, I just did a video about leaky gut. It was a quick one, and I will upload it tomorrow. So look out tomorrow for the leaky gut video. It's a live stream, but it's pre-recorded, and I talk about things like diamine oxidase. And now I'm doing a lot of experimentation with the members of my Keto course membership private group. So a lot of people are now buying kidney and liver, and we're now doing experiments to get the copper levels up, the zinc, the D, the B6, and the B12 to see if that will take down the histamine while sealing the gut wall. But that's tomorrow's video, so be looking out for that one. But yeah, so my keto products are just practical things. Blue blockers, red bulbs, magnesium, which you need because the thing about needing magnesium, the reason why it's so important is because a lot of you guys have an electrolyte imbalance. A lot of you guys have swollen legs. A lot of you women are having swollen legs, especially on keto, because your potassium sodium balance is so off, and all of a sudden you're swelling up like a balloon. And so, something that's practical for like Katie is compression socks. So a lot of people, now actually what's practical is just to get some potassium rich foods. So again, organ meats have a fair amount of potassium, liver, not as much as, this is where omnivoreism comes into place, because spinach and avocado, what's up, Deborah? No problems yet, not that I've seen. I mean, I haven't seen them. Spinach, avocado are great foods, plant source foods that have potassium. And I'm telling you, people, you need to listen to me and really listen to me very well. One of the biggest things that I see out of coaching keto for so many years is the electrolyte problem. It's a hot friggin' mess. A lot of you guys are dehydrated and you don't know it. A lot of you guys are developing migraines and headaches and heart palpitations. And in the other video I was talking about, if you want a keto tool, just go buy some kidney, right, and some liver, because you're going to really, especially with the liver, if you guys are having mucin deficiencies. Now, mucin deficiencies, I was checking to see if it was blurry. It looks blurry from here. Am I tripping? So the keto tools are glucometer for sure. Throw away the urine strips. They're useless. Breathalyzers, people don't even talk about anymore. They are useless. Any type of ketone esters, beta hydroxybutyrate, salts do not put you, this is my belief, I've been saying this in 20,000 videos over the years, do not put you in a state of ketosis. Now, it might help brain cognition. So, perhaps getting ketone esters would be really, really great for like my mom, who has a brain injury from having a glioblastoma. So that I would consider ketone esters for that. But then I'll just call them BHB, BHB, beta hydroxybutyrate, for my mom's brain. But other than that, there's nothing that's going to get you into keto faster, supplementation wise, food wise. So all that stuff you see on the internet, you guys, is a bunch of garbage when it comes to getting to keto faster. Yeah, so apparently, so let's get into the food, because I see in the chat, now I'm going to start to refer to the chat. So for people on the replay, there you go. Oysters are a really great source of zinc and selenium. Now, a lot of you guys have thyroid problems on keto. That's another, it's sort of an underlying, where's my water? Gotta get my water, right? It's sort of an underlying health concern that people aren't aware that they have. Oh yeah, to like a, what's, yeah, there's only 42 likes, people. You guys see how hard I'm working? I even put together that stupid background and took out my ring light. And I promised myself I wasn't going to do a live stream today, and here I am. Like up the stream, guys. It really helps to bring more visibility to this channel, and to like up the stream, because a lot of people don't know how to do it. It's just to collapse the X and then hit the thumbs up and then reopen the chat to be back in the chat. I know, I wish you could like more times as well. Now, so... So when it comes to the gut stuff, I did a video about that. And on the course page, I put together a whole huge course subject for people to read today on my keto course, which is at stephanieperson.com, and also to sign up for a consultation, a one-on-one. You just go through stephanieperson.com. And my Instagram is Stephanie Ketogenic. So thank you, Deborah, for reminding me that. People on the replay, I'm going to start talking to the chat now, so get over it. All right. So, because people on the replay do not like when I talk to the chat at all, like at all. Now, I look like I have some issues in my gut. Yeah, my issues are really nice abs in my gut. Thank you. He's like, it looks like you have it. Can you see my intestine from there? People say the dumbest things. The gut is your intestines, fool. All right, let's see here. Can you coach me personally on the keto diet? Of course, Erica. You just go to stephanieperson.com. And I'm a really good coach. I'm the best out there because I'm the longest one with coaching the most people, just because I started doing it before keto was, nobody even knew what it was before. And I was coaching people back then, years and years ago. This is most likely around 9 out of the 11 years ago, and I had a lot of things wrong, and I've learned, and perhaps some of the things I might evolve. Although I think today I won't change the things I'll say. I've said some of the things, like I said, I was a kid to eat cheese in the past. I will evolve in the future, because the more I learn about people who've got sensitivities and allergies and autoimmunity and why they don't adapt and lifestyle things, the more I talk about it. So you're focusing on getting more deep sleep. I use blue blockers, mouth taping, magnesium. Any other supplement for the sleep? The other advice? Yeah. Was it Chris Masterjohn was talking about a supplement, and I don't want to say what it is because I can't remember. I was like, is like glycerin or something? No, not glycerin. It's not glycerin. It's something. And but I don't like supplements. What I like for you guys to do to get into state of ketosis, to sleep better, is diaphragmatic breathing, relaxing your central nervous system. You guys might want to do some stretches, some meditating, listening to an audiobook, because while breathing, listening to an audiobook while diaphragmatic breathing under low light is probably, a really good idea. It's winter now, but in the summertime, or for people who are in Australia, south of the equator, in Africa, South America, just go sit outside at night. That's probably the best as the sun goes down, and then go to bed soon after that. Yes, issues with goat cheese. Yes, because a lot of you guys have issues with whey and casein. Now, in goat cheese, there's a lot less, but a lot of goats are fed corn. So just now, you guys, I really wish you would just get off the cheese. I don't know what, I know it's very addictive. I know it has a dopamine response, but a lot of people aren't adapting. You go online, it's like, oh, I lost 60 pounds, but these people are not healthy. People lost a lot of weight on The Biggest Loser, too. It's not weight loss, you guys. It's way beyond that. So will going carnivore put you into ketosis quicker? No, obviously not. Thank you, catching the first live chat this year. Monolaurin supplements for Candida. Yes. RTY Pepe. Oh, it's been a while. RTY Pepe. Yes. So somebody was talking about in my comment section that ozone therapy is really, really good to break down the biofilms that Candida like to hide in. So I'm going to go look more into that before I talk about it. I'm going to go more into some of Chris Masterjohn's sleep concepts of things that get into a deeper sleep. But he was saying, I was watching some of his stuff. Thank you, In Murphy, who writes, thank you for the tenor. My best YouTuber, my hands and feet are always freezing cold. Ooh, thyroid. Thyroid test results are normal. Any tips to fix the problem? So first of all, if your hands or feet are always cold, thyroid tests are completely wonky. Obviously, if you're in low iron liver, chicken liver, straight up, it'll pop it right back up. With the thyroid testing, the problem is that you can test for T3, reverse T3. You can test for TPO antibodies. You can test for TSH, your thyroid stimulating hormone, and everything comes back normal, and you still have the symptoms. And that's where you have to start looking at the symptoms, because sometimes blood tests can be subjective. They can see what's in the blood. They can't always see what's in the cells, and also your blood is always changing. Thank you for all your efforts in helping us. For Hashimoto's, diabetes, leaky gut, SIBO, where do I begin? Cleansing, just start taking, what is it? Atranti? What is it? Daunting conditions, overwhelmed, say the least. Okay, so this is a really great comment here. Thank you, Deborah, for getting at some trolls that popped in later in the game. Leaky gut SIBO are all connected to here, the thyroid, all of it. And then your lifestyle, and then heavy metal toxins and all this. So a lot of people have, especially women, have thyroid issues. Us women don't ever know how to relax. We're always like, go, 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 go. We have blood sugar dysregulation. We have an estrogen dominance issue today in today's society. And okay, how do I start with this leaky gut stuff? You really should join the course page because I really go more deep into it there. Obviously, when you watch the replay, I'm kind of like all over with just random questions. But you have to sort of, first of all, you have to find out if your stomach acids are low because low stomach acid. Oh, thank you. Is it G Chicks? Thank you for the tenor. Oh, that's two prices here. 71461. Thank you so much for donating to the super chat. Okay, so I can't tell you the yin yang if you eat ground beef every day because you're not eating fresh slaughter. So there's a problem. We're eating foods that are not if animal. I don't like to say animal products because it's just weird to me. Parts of the animal. When they're frozen, if they're frozen much later after being sent out to thought about using cast iron frying pans, too much iron absorption. I've got so many cast iron pans, like for real, like all day. Okay, that's like what I mainly use. So you good. Now too much iron would be for people, men who develop things like hemochromatosis. So that would be problematic. But anyway, what I'm trying to say about the leaky gut and the histamine and the thyroid is that you have to, first of all, our stomach acids get downregulated because of alcohol, caffeine, smoking, pesticides, preservatives, blood sugar dysregulation, processed food, processed wheat, poor sleep, stress, deficiencies. Our stomach acid starts to go down quite easily. People are on proton pumps and Tums and Zyrtec, and omeprazole, all these things that lower the stomach acid because they have heartburn, and that just makes things worse. And then they don't eat enough protein. That will also down regulate, especially red meat will down regulate the stomach acid. When your stomach acid begins to drop, your whole thing is not protected. Your digestive system is unprotected. Your colon, your small and large intestine, pathogens grow out of control, so your immune system gets wonky when you don't eat enough. When you guys are eating too much salmon and like, oh, I just, I'm a vegetarian, I just eat these foods, or I don't eat meat at all. So therefore, you have stomach acids to break down protein. That's what it's designed. So when you don't eat enough red meat, that goes down. I'm excited to see me live. Thank you, Jenny. So when you guys now are eating like wheat, right? You're not eating a beef, but you're eating a bunch of wheat. So I don't get that whole thing. Like, why would you eat a bunch of wheat and then you're not eating foods that are high in fat soluble vitamins and B12 and also iron and other properties is so important, saturated fats, cholesterol, and all this kind of stuff. It's so funny when I listen to the vegan dogma, they're like, saturated fat cholesterol, saturated fat cholesterol. That's all they ever say. Like, they don't say anything else. It's weird to me. And anyway, that's another subject. I only eat one meal a day, so stop doing that yin yang. That's a problem. If you're going to eat a meal a day, go rest. Sleep in a hammock, sit on a beach, and drink some water. What's the name of that page again? I don't know what you're talking about. Sorry. Remember, subjects change, so if I said something 3 minutes ago, I don't remember what I said to a particular. Responding to someone, I don't remember at all. I don't know what a mod is. I don't know what you're talking about. What's the name of my page? My website? It's stephanieperson.com. So Deborah, if you don't mind typing in that would be awesome. I wouldn't eat non-pastured pork from no, not unless I was starving. That's a lie. I've eaten non-pastured pork before. I've eaten organic non-pastured pork. Oh, yin yang, you need to go on the carnivore diet. You need to eat slower, if you're bloated on one meal, that's the only reason why yin yang, you should do a consultation, because that is not good to eat one meal a day, because you're so inflamed here. So back to that leaky gut question, one meal, no, 1 meal a day. Yeah, no, 1 meal a day. So the problem is a lot of people don't know what they have now. So their stomach acids are low, and then they've created damage from their prior life. And then they're eating a bunch of foods that are either hard to digest, they don't have enough digestive enzymes or stomach acid. And then people, they're eating foods that are creating a histamine response that their body can't get rid of. So that's the reason why people might have a diamine oxidase deficiency. And then on top of that, people are responding poorly to the anti-nutrients in food. So try to explain this to you guys before in other live streams. Plants have their own internal pesticides, so bugs don't kill them, so they can create more baby plants and grow and live and thrive and survive. And so the way they try to keep the predators away is to have a buildup of anti-nutrients. Of course, there's all different kinds. There's tannins, opponents, salicylates, oxalates, goitrogens, nightshades, lectins, gluten. Like, there's a million different kinds. And some people who have poor gut motility, they've got low stomach acid, leaky gut, they've got deficiencies in DAO enzymes, and they have different bacteria issues or lacking of bacteria, oxalobacter bacteria. These are the people that have to, that like the yin yang was talking about, eating 1 meal a day, or when you have leaky gut so bad that you feel so bad every time you eat. That's when you got to be like, all right, we got to look at all the foods through a microscope, like the meats, the bacteria, the rotation of your foods, how much of it, the quality of the animal, the quality of the plant, the quality of the pesticide on it. If that, you kind of need to, if you're that messed up, you kind of need to know where your food is coming from, because the glyphosate can float over to another crop with organic foods. And if you have a gut dysbiosis that bad where you can only eat 1 meal a day, you have to start sourcing where your food is coming from. You have to start knowing where it comes from. And once you take out these foods that are agitating your body and creating inflammation, or rotating them every 3 and 4 days out of your diet, now the gut can start to heal. And so if the gut's out of control and your stress is out of control and you don't absorb, so the thyroid problem, a lot of people aren't absorbing their vitamin D, they're not getting enough B12. Oh, thank you, Patrice M. Thank you so much for donating to the super chat. They're not getting enough their nutrients to create thyroid hormone. So zinc, iodine, it's zinc, vitamin D, getting enough selenium, iodine, balance. You guys aren't absorbing this stuff. You're not absorbing it because you have issues. Your stomach acid's low and you have holes in the gut wall. And that's when the thyroid can react to being malabsorptive from having a gut issue. So you've got to go and find food. So organs are great to get higher and also natural, because our body's its own pharmacy. If you try to get this in supplementation form, it can be very toxic, like vitamin A in supplementation form is toxic. Vitamin D, in fact, all of them are toxic in supplementation form, especially if they're chelated to get into the bloodstream more easily. Why not just get it from food instead of from supplements? Okay, I'm in my first 2 weeks of keto. I've been tracking. There's so many comments, y'all. This is where the replay people get pissed at me. I can buy grass-fed cow and freeze it. Yes. Is keto safe for people with proteinuria? I don't know what that is. So if you have issues with building up with uric acid and purines, is that what you mean? So just break that down for me. I have to go now. Bye, Yin Yang. Can you drink apple cider vinegar after eating? You actually take, if you have low stomach acid and you don't have a gut dysbiosis, a SIBO, histamine response, you can have apple cider vinegar before you eat a food to help encourage digestion with the acid levels. Can you drink? It was actually too. No, apple cider vinegar does not may have you lose weight or everybody be like a stick drinking apple cider vinegar. Just be careful what you read on the internet. Ah, thank you, Sheena's ketovore. Thank you. Use doctor's best magnesium. Okay, glycinate. Yes, magnesium glycinate. I'm on eBay right now. Which magnesium should I buy? Oh, magnesium. Deborah. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you. Let's see here. I'm going back to some of the old questions that I missed. Any advice for those having chronic fatigue syndrome and going on keto? Heidi Love, that's a great question. So chronic fatigue syndrome, like get off coffee, any stimulants, go to bed really early. Like if you could get to bed by 9, do some meditating, diaphragmatic breathing. Do not take showers right before bed because it stimulates your central nervous system. Get up and eat right away because that's going to reinvert your cortisol. So a lot of people with adrenal fatigue don't produce enough cortisol in the morning, the wake up hormone, it's low. And by the time the production of cortisol is felt within the body, it's at night. And that's why you have to eat in the morning to get cortisol to raise, because eating food takes a lot of work. So that the medulla, the hypothalamus pituitary has to go and speak to the adrenals to get the cortisol production going in the morning rather than at night. That's the quick answer of it. B vitamins can only be gotten from animal sources, or so I've been told. Factor fiction. Yes, B complex, these are bioavailable sources of, like B12, for example, you can only get from animal food. Now people talk about, I think it's certain type of algae and some rare cases that people can convert certain things. Like if you take carotene and retinol, some people can convert the carotene into a usable form of vitamin A, but most people cannot do well. Some people can do well, maybe their reserves are high. Some people can do well with this. I think it's an algae, I'm not really sure. But other than that, yeah. If I was a vegan, especially when I was younger, and I would my menstrual cycles would be so heavy. I was drinking blood it was blood pudding at that time. It's called blood pudding when I lived in Sweden. It's common, they eat it there. That popped my hemoglobin up like that. But the iron supplements, horrible. Absolutely toxic to the liver and dangerous. No, I said apple cider vinegar before you eat, Joe. Child, Lord have mercy, the capital letters. Your menstrual cycle is crazy heavy. So then you have to figure out why it's heavy. Like, I don't know if it was from keto when you were younger, if your progesterone is too low, if you're estrogen dominant, if you're eating the right foods or not. Can eating too much fat give you loose stool? Oh, that's a good question, Karen. So eating too much fat can give you loose stool if you have a gallbladder sludge problem, stones or sludge. So a lot of people, you should have a functioning gallbladder. That's how people find out that there's something wrong with their gallbladder doing keto. And then all of a sudden they feel like crap. And so you might want to go and get some ox bile, which, I don't like supplements, but some are necessary, like the ox bile. Watched your live beef liver cooking video. How do you store it after? In the refrigerator. You can put it in the freezer, or you can put it in the refrigerator. I mean, I eat it all the time, so I just put it in the refrigerator and eat it. So, let's see. Any test you suggest for a heavy menstrual cycle? Just get a reproductive hormonal panel and also try to figure out if your body's absorbing enough of the nutrients. Sometimes women are like with poor sleep. Sometimes when your progesterone is too low, your sleep is crap, and when people are eating foods that don't agree with their particular genetics, so there's epigenetics, and if you weren't breastfed, if you have problems with the gut, if you have a histamine issue, if you have stress, if you're not sleeping, if you drink alcohol, caffeine, and then your hormones go like this, and that's when the heavy bleeding starts. You could have issues with what else is creating heavy bleeding? I don't know if you have any type of fibroids will create heavy bleeding, and I guess about 40% of women develop fibroid tumors, but they don't detect them. A lot of women don't detect them, and so they go unnoticed, but they could be like a small one in a spot that might create a lot of bleeding during your cycle. Endometriosis, cysts can do that. A lot of women don't know that they have a cyst. So there's a lot of reasons for heavy bleeding. It's not just like a black and white answer. Any other side stored or pastured pork besides you as well? Yeah, there is. No, I don't know if Butcher Box is pastured. There is. I heard some stuff when I was listening to Chris Master John. There's two more websites. I forgot to write it down. I'll write it down and tell you guys the next stream, or go to my Facebook private group membership, and I will tell you there. Will my absorption get better after time since I've had what? Had so many surgeries. So Patrice, oh yeah, is this the Patrice I did the consultation with? So if it's the Patrice I did your partner's consultation, we can go more into that. If it's not, then yes, of course. Like, it doesn't matter how many surgeries you have. It doesn't matter. Having the wrong information is the reason why you ended up having to have all those surgeries. So when you have the right information, and you guys, it's about your immune system. It's all about right here, right? It's all about the gut. It's all about the gut when it comes to protecting your DNA, strengthening your immune system, becoming absorptive, because all the food that we eat and sleep and ooh, child, okay. Big orange box popped up, and Miriam Rant says, thank you, Stephanie, for caring and sharing your knowledge. You have helped me so much regarding histamine intolerance, and I have so much more to learn from you regarding keto. Thank you so much, Miriam. I really appreciate it. I mean, I go a little bit nutty on my live streams, I admit, but it's a weird place to exist as a 51-year-old woman on the internet, right? It's kind of unnatural. So I appreciate the donation. Thank you. And the whole histamine intolerance really comes down to food rotation, getting your stress down, diaphragmatic breathing, meditating, like all this hippy dippy stuff, but it works. The mouth taping, it works. The red lamps and the homemade collagen, like that helps seal the gut wall. And the rotation of foods are taking out the foods that are creating the inflammatory response, like people with colitis and IBS. This stuff works. Giving yourself 1 year to heal the gut. I'm so glad I found you. Keto is great to reduce estrogen dominance and PCOS. Yes, if done correctly. If it's not done correctly, it can exacerbate the problem. Because Deborah, people do like dirty keto, and they're doing intermittent fasting and coffee and cheese and all this ridiculousness because that's what they've seen on the internet. And like almond flour, which is so inflammatory. And like this stuff is such common knowledge. We're in 2019. Why are you guys using almond flour? And you can't figure out why you're having crepey skin and poor gut motility and gas and thyroid issues and just issues and cycle issues, and men with low testosterone, and men, they're balding more now than they ever have before. Skin issues, libido on keto, does it go low? I mean, your testosterone, that's your libido. It can drop if you do things like eat almond flour and cheese. Yes, of course. Skip meals and intermittent fast and all the other stupid, hype stuff that tells you it's healthy and it's not. And you guys know it's not healthy. I've got to take some antibiotics for a few days. How will it affect me on keto? Why do you have to take antibiotics? That's the first thing. Do you have to? Like, I know with surgery, with my knee surgeries, they pump me with antibiotics, but they're like, we're cutting deep into your body. So shut up. You have to take them. But if you can avoid them at all costs, what should we use instead of almond flour? You guys, now, like, just eat real food. Stop trying to make faux carbs. I did all my videos were all like that. You can use coconut flour or flax meal, but you're always going to have a problem, right? In some kind of aspect with the faux stuff. I will have a recipe book. It's a keto book with recipes. But I will put disclaimers about even using the coconut flour and flax combo for your flour base to make fake keto carbs. Let me see. I've got to take some antibiotics for a few days. Okay, where is it? It will affect your keto not right away. The rebound from antibiotics is probably weeks after, so maybe a low dose probiotic. I don't know if you have SIBO, because that could make things worse. Carbs are what's killing me with autoimmunity. Yes. So that's why keto, when Jillian Michaels did her thing, it's like, this woman, she's just so ignorant. and she doesn't understand a lot of things. Like if she puts keto down, like what do people think about carnivore? And it has to be keto carnivore. People are like, well, I get into ketosis factor. People are eating a bunch of meat on carnivore. I'm like, didn't you understand what happened with the friggin' Atkins diet? People develop kidney stones. Y'all got to do this the right way. The cuts of meat on a carnivore diet must be incredibly fatty, and you have to eat a lot of organ meats, because where are you going to get your potassium from? Like there is potassium in ribeye, and there is low levels of vitamin C. I think potassium, very, very low levels, but not enough to balance your electrolytes. No. You have to eat organ meats. You're eating a lot of organ meat and have some arthritic symptoms. Um, you guys have to make sure the people who are like, it has to be grass fed. If you're eating corn fed, I mean, organic just means that they're not have hormones injected into them. So if they're eating corn and you have a problem with corn, then that could be the reason why you're reacting to the organ meats. It really comes down to the quality of your organ meats. I don't know the quality of organ meats. So I don't know if you have a uric acid problem. I don't know if you have that. I don't know if you created an issue with breaking down and a uric acid and purines. So all of these things play a role. Spicy, not for people who've got thyroid problems. Spicy peppers are nightshades. You got to be careful with that. Have you been invited back to Dr. Oz? I'd like to see you again for more than a minute. I know. So I was on very briefly on Dr. Oz. Now, I will say that the opportunity was great, because now people are still saying, like, I saw you on Dr. Oz. I saw you on Dr. Oz. If I was really able to talk, can you imagine the profound, if I just got the same airtime as the other two people, even just that much more, what would a more profound effect that would have. But you guys just go and write the show and say, you need to get Stephanie back. Clearly the show is not going to do a back-to-back keto thing. You don't do a keto show. Those producers work their butts off. Like, I would never want to be a producer for like a daytime show. No. Nope. Like, you've got to talk to, they do like 5 shows at once. The producers are calling guests from 5 different topics. No, they can't do a keto show right away. But you guys don't worry. I'm gonna hit the whole circuit. I'm gonna hit all the shows. The doctor show, this show, that show, blah blah blah. It's coming. Wait for it. I'm always drinking water. Yes. Cream to tartar. No, it is potassium chloride. No, it's toxic, you guys. No. It is really toxic for the liver. That cream to tartar. I went down and really researched it. It's toxic. No. How many meals a day on keto? I would say, Catherine, when you're starting off, I would do 3, like breakfast, lunch, dinner, and then I would do like meat broth or bone broth or fatty tea mid-morning and afternoon, which would make it 5. And if you guys have hypoglycemia or wake up in the middle of the night, a little fatty tea right before bed. So like 2 tablespoons of fat in the fatty tea. Okay, what time is it? It's getting late. Okay, does your pending book have a title yet? Of course, it has everything. I can't tell you guys. You will know when it's being like ready for pre-sales and ready for print. Otherwise, mom's the word. The guy from Dr. Oz was promoting wine. I know. Conventional TV is about, it is what it is. It is what it is. I got my few minutes on there, enough for people to go and Google me and find me, and I'm okay with it. I'm actually okay with it. And I'm still glad that the main producer said she'd been following me for a while, which made me feel good. And I was on the show, and my book's not out, nothing. Like the other 2 had books out. I was still able to get on as the Keto Dream Team. So, hi Steph, how can I count protein and fat in a meal? 3 tablespoons, so plop, plop, plop. That's easy. A tablespoon, like a big soup spoon. And your protein, as you saw in the Dr. Oz, if you're a woman, it's 2 or 3 fingers with this much thickness. And for men, it's 4 to 5 fingers. So that's about 5 ounces. And blah, 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 blah. 5 ounces, 4 or 5 ounces for a man, depending on your size, your height, your activity level. Yo, we got 1,818 people in the house. Can we get the likes up? Can we get the likes up, people? Don't forget to like up the chat, you guys. I can't see who's liking up the chat. So if you're like, I don't want her to know that I liked up the chat, I can't see it. But if you like up the chat, it helps to bring people to my very humble channel. And still to this day, every time I watch a live stream, people don't talk about the stuff I talk about. Is what I'm saying boring? I don't get it. Like, what's up? I'm saying all this super incredible relevant information for people to get what the lean and get the business and get the gains and all this kind of stuff. I'm always talking about it, and I'm in my 50s. I used to be a pro skater, right? I got some swag on me, right? I'm not boring, or am I? I could be boring, who knows. You liked and shared. Oh yeah, don't forget to share the channel as well. Thank you. I'm humble, organic, foodstuffs eater. Okay. You look amazing. Thank you, Sheena. Sheena's Ketovora. Whatever. And Deborah's reminding you guys to subscribe to my keto course. Go to stephanieperson.com. Natalie says, how do you like up the chat? So there's a little X in the corner, in the right corner, I believe, and you just hit it, and you'll see the like button. So once you hit it and close the chat, you'll see the like button, then you hit the like, and then reopen it. Is it okay to cook in cast iron pots? Yes, of course. You're not going to get excess iron. It's not that much iron from a pan, you guys. It's not that much. Not unless you're taking a fork and a knife and scraping the iron off of it. Thank you for suggesting to me with all the problems I've had with keto to start keto carnivore. I feel so much better and see that there is another option to feeling healthy. Exactly. So, Kathy, just make sure that you eat a lot of animal fat. Doing a keto carnivore diet, like just don't do the meat fat. It's not enough fat to create enough ketone production. And remember, by taking out the carbs, your body's still looking for glucose. So you want to stop that domino effect of going into gluconeogenesis and becoming too catabolic because your body is looking for freaking glucose all the time because that's what it's used to. Now you've cut out the vegetables and the body's like, I'm sorry with my carbs. And you're like, well, we're not doing that. We're doing carnivore. And if you don't have enough ketones, you won't have enough, food substrate to make ketones with in the beginning. Have you done any videos on cholesterol? Of course I have. Tons. I don't know what the deal is with cholesterol, you guys. Like, I have a cholesterol that's high. It's like my total cholesterol is over 300, or the last test it was. And remember, your cholesterol changes the number every month. So if I eat a bunch of butter and then go do a cholesterol test, my total cholesterol is going to be through the roof. If I don't eat any fat for 2 weeks and do a cholesterol, it's going to drop down to 150. So when it comes to understanding your blood pressure, your calc score is also very important, the calcium score. And if you just have any of the symptoms, because people, and first of all, you have to know about your particle size. So there's only 3 labs in the United States that test the small particle Bs, right? So this whole cholesterol scare is embarrassing. It's ridiculous. And with the vegan dogma, they're like, you're going to have a heart attack. And, I heard Vegan Gains was talking about Frank Tufano, his cholesterol is over 100. Oh, also your triglyceride to HDL ratio is also important to know. CRP is not as important, but the LDL is ridiculous. You need also big, chunky LDLs. LDLs is the lipoprotein that carries cholesterol to inflammation. So if you didn't have enough big cholesterol, which creates a high number, then you would also be sick. So the way that we analyze cholesterol is so freaking subjective, and it's just bizarre that we don't know this by now. And when it comes to people are like, what are your cholesterol numbers? What are your cholesterol numbers? I'm like, they're freaking amazing. But if you looked at my total cholesterol, you'd be like, she's going to have a heart attack. But I have the strongest arteries that a radiologist and most doctors and cardiologists would ever see, ever, period. It's amazing. So when Vegan Gains was talking about Frank Tufano being young and that's why he's not sick yet, well, I'm not young anymore, bruh. I'm 51. Still alive and kicking. 11 years straight eating like beyond measure gobs of fat. It's hilarious. That's probably why I'm sick. I need more fatty meats. Yeah. A lot of people's immune system will drop because they'll eat lean meats. I don't like the dark chicken meat. I don't like steak. I don't like this. I don't like that. And they find themselves eating, whole eggs and like chickens. And that's not enough fat. There's only 4 grams of fat per egg. And they'll have a couple eggs, and they'll eat it like one time a day. And they'll have some coconut oil or some salad with some avocado. And it's just all the wrong stuff, even though it appears to be healthy by the way that we've been brainwashed to think. 51 and smashing it, right? Boof. And I got some energy, right? At 51. That's why I'm in this stupid outfit all the time. Y'all can see me straight up, right? Boom. This is me at 51. Like with amazing blood pressure and amazing resting heart rate. Oh, thank you so much, Elisa. Good app to calculate any macros? None. Sorry, Catherine, you got to do it yourself. Those apps are so garbage. And they always tell you the wrong information. People are like freaking out. They're like, oh my God, I'm eating so much protein. I'm like, no, there's not that much protein in this, and there's not that, and there's too much protein in that. Just, take the package, write it down, put it into an app to track your own numbers. Don't use the app numbers unless I make one. But even that would take a long time because I would have to go and do all these. That'd be a lot, right? And I would only do keto meats. That's the thing I would do. And macros. How many ounces are in a typical chicken thigh with the skin? With the it's about 3. It depends on some thighs will be about raw. It'll be about 3.5 ounces. Sometimes 4, and then it'll cook down to 3. So starts here and then it cooks to here. In love with pork belly, right? I have some pork belly today, y'all. I'm telling you, I bought pork belly today. Where is it? Oh, I bought some pork bellies. I'm so excited to make this. Where is it? There's some pork belly. I got some pork belly, and I got some liver. Yay. Today. It's in my freezer. It's not even frozen yet. Oh. Okay. I just saw some heart. So I need to go order some kidney and some, I want to order some kidney and some tongue and make some nice beef burgers. So it was so funny because I was like, I stayed with this Chinese girl when I was in Iceland, and she was teaching me how to make pork, and I wanted to make it another way. So because I bought some pork belly a few days back, so I was watching this guy. He's like, you stab it, right? And then you cut the pork belly, and then you take, I use parchment paper, and then I'll wrap it around also with tinfoil, but keep the top open and I'll have the fat exposed, and then you salt the top, and you dehydrate out the fat so it gets crispy, and then you also marinate the pork belly because you do all these cuts and you marinate it. So I marinate it with a salt-based water thing, and then I put it in the oven, cook it for 40 minutes, I think. I can't remember, and it's delish. So it's a shame that the Whole Foods in Annapolis, the closest to me, does have. You could do U.S. Wellness Meats, and there's other companies that also do grass-fed liver. Hello from Russia. Hi from Russia. I've never been there. That's one place I've never been. Let's see here. I guess you said something that was not cool after that. Okay. To order from real smells. So sorry, the app is bad. Sorry guys. Okay guys, it's time for me to go. It's been an hour. Thank you. We have 120 people in this chat. Don't forget to subscribe and like up the stream. When it's raining today, I'm not gonna lie, but when the sun comes out, I'm gonna do some skateboard streams. I have some interviews coming up, you guys, and be watching out for me more of the mainstream shows beyond the Dr. Oz show. And I will do higher value video production. Okay, I just had to make fun of the fact that I have. You see, guys, you see, I have no space for this. Sorry, guys, I have no space for anything in this apartment, and I have my friggin' look at this. I have no space. I have no space in my shoebox, right? I'm gonna stop the stream, you guys. But look at this. Look at how I gotta put this thing together. Look at this. This is a mess. This is not fun. Okay? You see this thing? This is not fun to do this and put this together all the time. And there's no space for it. And it took me like, I don't know, a couple months to figure out how to pull down. So I've got 3 of these things. They're all backgrounds because the intention, y'all, was to do videos with a nice background, and then I realized I had no space for it, and I realized that I need to have a studio, or I need to do outside, and I need to, or sit down. But I like to stand when I do videos. If I sat down on a stool, then I would have space. So this is what I have to do to set up in my busy day, running a business mostly by myself, the few people like donating their help and time. But I run this business by myself, and it's literally, I have so little time in a day. And I don't have a staff. The info is priceless. Thank you so much. You're the best. You don't need all that stuff. Well, I do eventually, I do want to reach more people. My video production will increase. I will do like really high production value videos. I mean, you guys, I'm a photographer. I mean, it is kind of pathetic, right? Like, I know how to make some good, really high quality videos. I got a really, really good camera. I've got all the camera equipment. I just don't have the editors and the filmers and the time. That's the problem. So my intention was to create a little studio in my little shoebox, and there's just not enough space for it. So what I do is I just set it up like this. I even have that black strip there because I was going to film back there. It's just there's just no space. This apartment has no closet space, no space to film. So I just do it like this. Yes, Amazon for blue blockers. Thank you, Crystal. Okay, guys, thank you so much. Thank you for joining the chat. Thank you. Be looking out for me. It would be great to do Joe Rogan, but I don't know if he's on the keto tip anymore. At least as the first African-American pro skateboarder or something, or just a crazy character. He needs some more black women on that program. Spent less than 10, but yeah, blue blockers are cheap, super cheap. Bye. Please give a story the next time. Love the stories. Ah, thank you, Living. Do you have any stories? Whew, I got stories. I got a lot of stories, but yeah, I'm thinking I have some stories. I'll do it next time. You're right. Next time. Plus, it's so ugly outside today. We need the rain here in California, but it's really ugly outside. And I need to go back to work. I've got a lot of new diets and programs to update. I've been working on those. I have my course page I have to work on. And I have to finish this book. Oh, everything's so much work. And I have to do videos and answer people on my social media. So don't forget that my Instagram is Stephanie Ketogenic, and my Facebook is Stephanie the Business Person, and my course page is through stephanieperson.com, and I'm still doing consultations. Bye, Steph and Deborah. Thank you for help again, Deborah. Yeah, thank you so much, G-Chicks. Can't wait to read your. Yes, the book is going to be amazing because, I am not joining. I don't like the keto hype. I know that Keto's going to crash. It's going to crash because it's hyped up so much. So then when my book comes out, it'll come out after all of the hype. So, all right, guys, thank you. See you till next time. Don't forget to hit the notification and to subscribe to my little humble channel. And I'm out. Yes, and this is the business at 51.